Very solid week 1 win here for the Ravens against the Jets, 24-9, and we're going to talk about it. And the video is coming a little bit late, but better late than never. You know, I was very much focused after the game to watch the rest of the games of the season, of the day, because it was one hell of a day for the NFL. Opening day, you had a lot of good games. So, first things first, what we're going to do. So, we're going to go and check the stats on my phone real quick. So, what we're going to do, go through all the notable stats of the game. And after that, I'm going to do some analysis. I'm just saying that if you're new. And if you want to see these every week, after every game, subscribe, click the bell to not miss it, and yeah, let's get right into it. So Lamar, he went 17 out of 30. So he passed the ball 30 times, completed 17 out of them. That is good for a 56% completion percentage. 213 yards, 3 passing TDs, 1 pick, which was very much at the end of the game, an arm punt. I think he might have been trying to experiment something, but all right. 17 rushing yards in 6 attempts. So he really didn't pass the ball. He really didn't rush the ball at all. On the ground, very uninspiring. Kenyon Drake, 31 yards, 2.8 yards per carry. Mike Davis only had 2 carries. Justice Hill only had 2 carries. Lamar ran 6 times. Again, run game very, very uninspiring. Through the air, you had Bateman as the reception leader in yards, 59 yards, 1 touchdown. Devin Duvernay had a good day. Making a name for himself here. 2 touchdowns, 54 yards, and 4 receptions. Mark Andrews chipped in for a bit, 52 yards. A bit of a quiet day for him, especially in the first half. But, he still had more than 50 yards. LaMarcus Robinson didn't get a lot of looks, 19. And, like the rest of them, you just had our running backs. It really wasn't a good game for our running backs in general. At all. Defensively, a big day for the defense. Marcus Williams, he had 10 tackles, 1 pick. Patrick Queen had one of his best days as a Raven, with 5 tackles, and he helped on a sack right there. He has like half a sack. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it later on into the video though, about Patrick Queen. But that's pretty much it for notable stats. Just. And by the way, Marcus Williams and Chuck Clark both forced a fumble. One of them were recovered though. We had the first fumble. I think it was Marcus Williams forced it. It was recovered by the Jets though, and Chuck Clark, he forced the one that was lost. So let's start with the offense here. So offensively, I think we really started off slow, and that's something I really didn't want to see. I really did not want to see that at all. So I really don't know what's going on, but this needs to be fixed because we cannot afford to have these slow starts against a better team than the Jets. We're going to be playing from behind. And you do not want to play from behind. It's much better to play from ahead. So that's the thing, though. And honestly, I think again, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get started with Greg Roman here, because again, I really wanted to kill this dude with my bare hands. Looking at his play calling. All right, so the Jets, what they were doing, a lot of the time they were stacking 9 in the box, and the run game, we were running the ball, wasn't going anywhere, but they were stacking 9 in the box, and we kept running the ball. We kept trying to run the ball. While even in the first half, when we were passing the ball, it was a positive play. It was a quality play. You know, like, you'd have pass plays where it was like a drop, or, I mean, by Lamar, you wouldn't, like, you really didn't see a pass where it's like, you really didn't see a pass where you're wondering where the hell he's throwing that ball to. You know? Like, he might have some passes that were like slightly a bit too high or slightly low, but it really wasn't like any crazy overthrow or underthrow or just missed ball in general. So that's what you like to see from Lamar. He wasn't like, he didn't have a pass that was like extremely inaccurate. But then he had passes where it's like it's dropped. He had likely with 2 bad drops, rookie nerves, I guess, but likely, you know, he hasn't been there. It's his first NFL game, but I'm just saying, he had Bateman with a drop too. Yeah, he had the ball and then he got hit sticked. I'm surprised that wasn't called a fumble. And then he had one ball where it's like, it's a deep ball, but he kind of gave up at the end. Maybe it was slightly overthrown, but you would love to see him make an effort on that one. It really started off slow for the offense until the end of the first half, where you had that long ball to Duvernay for a touchdown. Like, extremely good ball placement by Lamar. And you know, for all I, so for, like, that ball was extremely, honestly, man, the separation from Duvernay, it was the lowest separation in the past 4 seasons, and he still caught that ball. So you just know. I mean, you just know that had to be a very, very good ball for it to be completed. And Duvernay, he went and got it too. He went and got it. It wasn't the best of corners. I mean, it was Bryce Hall. But, yeah. But, again, what we did, we decided to not really target Ahmad Gardner at all this game. I mean, he's a rookie. It's his first game. But we still decided. I mean, he still hasn't let up a touchdown in his life. He hasn't in college at all, and now in the NFL, first game against us, we really haven't targeted him. So, didn't really get the chance. I mean, he did have that breakup against Andrews, but it was pretty much the only target, and he had another one where he allowed 7 yards. So we really decided to stay away from him in this game, despite being a rookie, and he is a corner too. So it's not easy to be a rookie corner and be good right away. But all right, man. But yeah, the passing game was really what carried this offense. And it was frustrating to see that we weren't passing the ball at all on first down. We looked very predictable. A better team would pick that up really, really quick. We literally always run on first down. And that's extremely predictable. And I saw that one clip where you see two receivers being close to each other. Again, when the offense is struggling, it's exactly what you see. What you see is all of Roman's weaknesses start showing. And again, all right. Different season, same shit. And he still hasn't fixed it. I really cannot believe. Like, John Harbaugh believes in him so much. But at this point, there's really nothing to see. Like, if this run game is not going right now, if it's not going to get going, there's really no point in keeping him. Because he's basically useless. His passing games have done completely shit. So that's one thing. And the run game not working, fire him. Like, come on. At this point. But we're going to see how it goes when JK and Gus come back. JK was questionable. But he wanted to play, but shut down. We really do not want to risk any re-injury here. So, yeah. Offensive line. Run blocking was trash. Pass pro was okay. And I'll say, pass pro was a much, much bigger improvement. Much bigger improvement last year. I mean, you still had times where Lamar had to run for his life and take off, or he gets sacked. But it's still an improvement. The pass pro did okay. Like in a lot of plays, you had Lamar. Like the offensive line gave Lamar a lot of time. We did have a big blow, though. Jawan James got torn Achilles again. Achilles. And he's out for the season. Very, very unfortunate. And that might end his career, too. Because he's been battling injuries for the past 3 years. He hasn't played in the past 2. At all. And then he comes back. And he gets hurt again. So, really, really unfortunate for him. And that might be it for his career. Because I really don't see him try and come back again. With, it's just too bad. And he was a solid tackle in his career. He was a solid player. Just injuries killed his career. Absolutely murdered it. But yeah, man. Offensively overall, started off slow. When we started passing the ball, went nuclear afterwards. So, honestly, I'd say it was an okay day for the offense. A lot of things to work on because that run game was absolutely horrendous. Although it was promising to see the offense get these big plays. Like the Bateman 55-yarder. That was beautiful. Lamar rolling out. Absolute bomb to Bateman. Again. And also he had the no-look pass. No-look pass to Duvernay for a second touchdown. We haven't seen ESPN talk about it because it's not like they will. I mean, he ain't Burrow or Mahomes, so they're not gonna talk about it. But really impressive, and it kind of looked like Lamar. He got sharper as the game went on. Remember, he hasn't played in a very, very long time. He had that injury. He didn't play in preseason at all. He didn't play in preseason. And you kind of need to have that dust off, to... He was rusty. And honestly, I could use that same thing for the offense. The offense, really, nobody has played together. And, you know, it's pretty much the first game because preseason we rested 95% of our starters. So, yeah, man. So defensively, that was the brightest spot in this game. Defensively, the pass rush was absolutely insane. And I know some of you are gonna tell me, "Oh, it's the Jets, and they were missing their two best offensive linemen." Well, I'm sorry to tell you, with Wing's system, last year and the past few years, we weren't able to get even get like 2 sacks, or get any pressure with Wing's system sending 6 guys. In this game, what I saw, we were, without blitzing, we were still getting to the quarterback. Without blitzing. That's a thing I have not seen in years. It feels like I haven't seen this since the dinosaurs have been walking on Earth. It's beautiful. A work of art. And honestly, we can do this against literally anybody. Because again, it's the Jets, but even against the worst teams in the past years, we weren't able to get any pressure. Even with sending 6, 7. So, miss me with that, oh, it's the Jets. We do not care. So, pass rush was the best part in this game. Defensive line, bro, Michael Pierce was a monster. Michael Pierce literally looked like Aaron Donald in this game. Absolutely blowing up plays left, right, and center. Him and Justin Madubuike went crazy in this game. Absolute crazy. I mean, these were arguably the 2 best players on this team yesterday. So, again, that defensive line, people saw that defensive line outside of the fan base and said, "Oh, yeah, we're concerned." Well, it was supposed to be one of the best run-defending D-lines in the league. And look, you have that pass rush. Again, Mike Macdonald so far is looking like a very good defensive coordinator. And again, it looks like he's using the players at what they're best at. And you just saw Patrick Queen, he also went off. He had one of his best games. Bro, you saw a completely different defense, completely different team on defense. And honestly, I mean, bro, the potential, like the potential of this unit is completely off the charts if it continues like that. And honestly, I'm expecting next week against the Dolphins to continue. But we're going to talk about the Dolphins later on this week because I'm talking about this game and this game only. Dolphins is next Sunday. But again, pass rush impeccable. Defensive line was a complete wall. Secondary, again, injury. Kyle Fuller is going to be out for the season after a very unfortunate play. Very unfortunate play. Elijah Moore pushed off. And, yeah. He fell. And he tore his ACL. Yeah. Receivers are allowed to do that, and turf blows. It blows. But, yeah, man. Very unfortunate for him, too, because it's his first game as a Raven. He's Baltimore native. And he may never win. He may never wear a Raven sweater again. Unfortunate for him. But we have options at slot corner. We could move Brandon Steffens, a guy the team likes a lot, in the slot. We can call up Ardarius Washington as well. Jeff Z talked about Kayvon Seymour and Daryl Worley. I do not want any of these guys to get on the field for even a snap. Just get them, no. I do not want to experience. We've already experimented. We've already had the Daryl Worley and Kayvon Seymour experiment. We've already had it. No more. Come on. Please. But, yeah, man. Marcus Williams. He, as advertised, played lights out, had an interception. He was pretty much what you expected from Marcus Williams to be, a top 10 safety. And we're going to need him to do the same thing next week when we're facing Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. And, Chuck Clark. The man Chuck Clark. Such a fun dude. He forced a fumble. He was out there. He's very much out there. Making them plays. So, you just love to see it. Kyle Hamilton, he came in for a few snaps. His problem is that he had some missed tackles. That's his issue. He had missed tackles, pretty much. He needs to fix that. But, first game, he's a rookie. He didn't get a shit ton of snaps. But, yeah, man. So, overall, a very, week one type performance. Again, week one type performance where he had a good win against a shitty team. In any other week, it could have been it would have been a blowout. Honestly, we outplayed the Jets. We really weren't any threat of losing this game at all. We outplayed the Jets at every facet of the game. And week one type win where we played well, but a lot of work to do. But yeah, it's only week one. It's only week one. But I do have a lot of problems. Again, Greg Roman, like the game plan you had in the second half translated into the Dolphins game. And I'm going to talk more about it next in the preview. But do that. Real quick. Like, bro, for the Dolphins game, it's going to be more urgent. But we're going to talk about it later. And, again, what happened to James Prochet? I mean, do we hate him? He's been balling out in preseason. He's been doing... I think it has to be because of his injury, right? Because we've tried using every other player but him. We've definitely used Bateman. We tried sending shit Duvernay's way. We tried sending shit Robinson's way for sure. Tylan Wallace even. He was out there siding. So, I don't know. I think it's his injury maybe. But hopefully he gets to play. But yeah, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me guys what you think down below. And see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we get that week 2 dub as well.